Hello. I left my coffee over there. Morning, guys.
Morning, everyone.
How are you?
Good. Still waking up. How are you doing?
Good.
That's good.
Working on this guy this morning before the show, the entry grade new Gundam. So I've been working on that a little bit this morning, and working on some more videos and stuff this afternoon. Yeah.
Nice.
Good Friday. Yesterday was Children's Day.
Yes, you were
So
telling
happy
me
Children's
about that.
Day,
Yeah.
everyone. And Cinco de Mayo, of course,
Yeah.
for people in the U.S. and obviously Mexico. But Children's Day is a Korean holiday. Was yesterday. So happy Children's Day, everybody. Yesterday. Any weekend plans?
Not Mother's Day.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Mother's Day.
So
Let's
all the
not
mothers
forget.
out there, yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
Right.
Sunday,
true.
yes.
I feel like there's probably not as many mother builders as there are fathers.
Probably.
But if there are any out there, happy Mother's Day. Or those of you guys who are father builders, don't forget.
Don't forget your moms.
And wives.
Yes.
Right. If you have wives. Anyway, moving on. We've got a kit to give away, which I've got right here for us today. And normally at this time, we would show you guys what else we have new in stock. But what do we have new in stock?
We actually did, now that I think about it, we got a lot of Kotobukiya stuff in stock. Our exclusive came in, which
yes,
we actually took out of here and now put in our storefront.
I had it up here, but I finished putting all the decals on that kit, and it looks awesome. So I'll share a photo for you guys to see. I meant to do that yesterday. I'll do that after the show. I'll put up a photo online so you guys can see how that Asura Homura kit looks with all the decals on. Very nice.
Yeah, we did get a lot of stuff from Kotobukiya, who also was awesome enough to give us this kit to give away. So, thank you to everyone over at Kotobukiya for, giving us some stuff that we can give away to you guys. But we got the Command Wolf came in, Asura Ninetales, our exclusive came in. And there's a plethora of other stuff now that's escaping me that we sold. Some MSG parts and weapon kits came in.
Did any new Hexagear stuff come in?
Yes. There was a governor that came in. Actually, I think there was 2 governors that came in. There's a bunch of stuff. I know there's an email going out with everything that we got in yesterday, like Monday.
Hasn't been much new Gunpla coming out.
No, recently. I mean, we got a bunch of stuff in this week.
Yes.
But if you guys didn't sign up for notification email for when it does, a lot of it's already sold out and gone. So definitely if it's a kit that you guys are wanting or looking for, just, sign up for notification so you literally get an email right when it comes in. Because the way things are going now, I mean, some stuff will keep on hand for a little bit, but like stuff they haven't reprinted in a while goes fast, like the Master Grade GM 2.0. I don't think we have any more of those in stock.
The HGIBO Dentalian.
Those we might still have in stock.
Ooh.
Might. So
that's one I see mentioned a lot that people want that like it only ever got printed. I think like once. I think it's like the first or second reprint.
Yeah. So check that. I believe those are still in stock. Master Grade Toggies might be still in stock. So there's a bunch of stuff that came in, guys. Check out the website
momentarily.
Yeah.
So if any of that stuff is something you actually want, feel free to go off the video and go get it now, because we're talking pretty limited in terms of quantities of stuff. But there was a lot of stuff, but it's nothing new.
Right. Yeah, a lot of it was reprints. I don't think there was any new Gunpla. So there's some new SDs, the SD Heroes.
Missions. Wasn't some of that stuff new?
I think those were all reprints too.
Those ones too.
Yeah, was it Spatino and
Spinatia?
Yeah, so we got those back in.
Yeah.
But again, those are going pretty quick too because they're pretty popular. And then it was actually a second batch that covers some of the pre-orders that we had from the first batch. So,
yeah. Anyway, that's why we didn't have much to bring up here to show with you guys. Should have brought some homework kit stuff.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll post the video so the picture so you guys can see that. But we've got some left of that Asura Ninetales kit. So yeah, if you want that exclusive version, color version of that, it's definitely very nice.
And if you guys haven't got an email notification, guys, we're getting out these orders as fast as we physically can. Yeah, so you should be getting one shortly if you haven't got one yet. For any of the stuff that came in, whether it be the Kodokia, the Bandai stuff. I know we got some Tamashii Nation stuff in too. So if it came in, you see it in stock on the website, you will get an email pretty shortly with your tracking information.
Yes, they've been very busy downstairs.
Yes, super busy.
The packers, have been very busy packing boxes. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out for you guys. All right, let's get to some questions here for today. Some of your guys' questions. I'll take some from YouTube community tab here. 2 questions. Zach, will you be getting together with Josh to do more Palomino trends? Yes. Every time I talk to Josh, like every couple weeks, I'll talk with him and we mention about wanting to do that, but it's just he's been really busy. I've been really busy. We just haven't had time. So yes, we are wanting to do more. Second question is for you, Adam. What would you do one with Zach if you had time?
Yes.
Palomino trend episode. Yeah, Adam and I could just do it.
Yeah.
Certainly. But yeah, of course, it's fun to just look at cool builds on Twitter. That's why Josh and I enjoy it so much. So yeah, we could definitely do that. Chris Jones said, with the RG line expanding into other franchises, Avia, Gagagar, I say Avia, maybe Ava. Anyway, do you think we will see the MG line cover other franchises? What other non-Gundam franchise would you like to see? Well, I think we had a similar question recently.
Yeah,
they have done.
They have
a couple.
I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But I think if the real grade stuff does very well, it probably would translate into them going into a different line, like the Master Grade line with something that did well, just from a business point of view. I think that would make sense. But I mean, we're not at Bandai, so
yeah, absolutely. What was I feel like I was just reviewing the kit. I was just reviewing the other day. What was that? No, I think that there's a lot of really cool stuff that Bandai makes in HT. Oh, it was the Al Tyson. The Super Robot Wars kit. So that review, you guys haven't seen it yet. I was just recording it the other day, so that'll be coming out soon for you guys. But yeah, in that review, I was thinking like it would be cool if they were to make a Super Robot Wars, maybe not that particular one, but a Super Robot Wars MG. I think they definitely could do that.
Yeah,
I think there's definitely a market for it. So probably something like the Huckabee. Something pretty very Gundam-esque design. But yeah, that would be cool. And all right, last time it was said that Zach more or less functions as a social media manager, so I'm wondering, since he is now more than ever a full-time employee of USA Gundam Store, why should someone join his Patreon? Seems to me like becoming a Patreon on his page means becoming a Patreon of USA Gundam Store. Sort of. Blood Raven is kind of a maybe.
I mean, it's a good,
fair enough question.
But I mean, we don't own Zach's channel, so you're literally still doing. He's still getting paid the same amount as he was over in South Korea, so you're still helping him.
It's just supporting me,
right? You're supporting him, and a lot of things that he doesn't just do Gunpla and stuff like that on his channel. So you're helping him kind of explore other things. I mean, there's resin kits that you do. There's a lot of stuff that we don't sell.
Yeah, stuff that I cover from time to time that we don't sell. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, and ultimately, it's an optional thing. If you don't feel like supporting me on Patreon, that's fine. I very much appreciate those guys who do. It does help out a lot. But yeah, I try to make perks for them.
Yeah.
But as far as I've heard from like feedback from people who do, they just kind of just want to show some support. So yeah. Anyway, what is the kit you're most proud of? And it doesn't have to be the best one, or just the one that made you feel best after completing it.
It's probably not 100% complete because I'm still working on the display stand, but when I'll ever get to that. But the my Delta Plus that I have down there, I don't know if you've seen that or not.
Down in the display case. I'm sure I've seen it, but I don't remember it. It must be on like the lower shelf or something.
It's actually on the top shelf. You'll have to take a look
next
time you're. Yeah.
There we have a display case downstairs near the office of some of Adam's work.
Yeah, some of them are kind of falling apart.
Yeah,
they haven't had love in a while. People have bumped into display cases and stuff. So,
the build that I'm the most proud of, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. A lot of stuff. I don't know. I'm proud of all my work. I'm proud of this one too. Everything. Here's the Live Lines Heaven kit that I just repainted recently. So yeah, I don't know. It would be hard to choose one. It's like choosing your favorite child.
Yeah.
Right. Have you guys had any issues with Bandai Namco regarding stickers or your company name, like the other company? Interesting question.
It is, because we've talked about it.
Yeah.
So the short answer is no. I mean, we have not been told anything. But I mean, we've transitioned mostly to our USAGS name probably for like a year and a half now. So our stickers will start having that on there. All of our tools and stuff that we make just have the USAGS logo. So it's not using, if you go to the website, it's just USAGS. The domain name is USA Gundam, but we have a domain name that's USAGS. So, we started doing that. Probably a year and a half ago, we started slowly transitioning to that
using
name.
Gundam less.
Yeah, so it doesn't have Gundam in it, even though it's people know what that stands for. But it keeps us out of trouble. As far as our stickers, we know the store that this kind of reference to. They're obviously in another country, and our country has stricter laws around depiction of property. So here in the US, some of those laws are a little more laxed as far as to us.
Okay,
all right.
There you go.
All right. So as far as like free stickers, I think people would more have a problem, with selling their intellectual property versus giving out for free. And we've talked about it too. I mean, it kind of doesn't, you're basically free advertising for the company that we are selling stuff for. Pretty much there's a lot of things that go into it, and a lot of things that didn't line up, that didn't really make sense. But again, we're not in their situation. It's a completely different country.
Well, not that different.
Well, it is different. It is
technically different.
They speak English, but
it's odd because giving something away for free is,
I don't know of anyone that would have a problem with that, but I'm sure maybe there is a problem.
I guess even though it's free, it is like an incentive for sales. So like someone's buying stuff from you, like with the intent of partially buying the sticker as well, sort of in a sense, because like that's something that they want to get. But
again, you're selling their product.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But
you're almost kind of, by like putting the sticker that you're paying for, like as a store owner, in with like their product, you're almost like giving your stickers to them to sell together with their products in a way. Anyway, I don't know.
So it's interesting, but like about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we've slowly started transitioning to that USAGS name, logo, and branding. So
but so anyway, there was another question I saw that I just wanted to make sure that we got to.
So they started losing us there in the comments.
Hopefully we're back now. Should be. somebody was asking about the contest. I did want to make sure I mentioned about that as well, because a few people have asked me about the contest results. I'm meeting with the judges tonight to go over the finalists. We've already got all the entries narrowed down to basically like our top 20. And I'm meeting with the judges tonight via video call, so we can go through the top 20 and choose who the top 3 winners are going to be. So we'll figure that out tonight, and I'll let you guys know probably on Monday, I guess, if everything goes according to plan. So sorry for the wait, guys. Thanks for your patience. And we do have plans for the next contest is going to be already. So once we get the winners announced for the Battle Log contest, then we'll let you guys know in the very near future about what the next one's going to be too. So
a lot of entries too.
Yes, there was 130 total entries, and so we've got it narrowed down to 20 now. And now we have to just choose the top 3. So we'll let you guys know very soon about that. The other thing, which this is not a question, but that we did need to talk about as a point of news, about the discount codes.
Yes. So with the way the world is going and shipping has dramatically increased, we've kind of come up with not having any more permanent discount codes, probably getting phased out here in the next week or so.
As probably the better of 2 options that we had.
Yeah, there's another option we had that probably wouldn't sit. I mean, it probably would have been worse in this situation. But, as far as a company being able to run and operate and be able to pay our employees and be able to get stuff to bring over here for everyone to, purchase and enjoy, we are kind of having to make that, tough decision to, there would just be permanent discount codes. Every now and then we will, on weekends and throughout different weeks have, discount code sales, but it won't be like a permanent, like ZakuAurelius's code. But with that, we are, encouraging everyone to sign up for an account so you can join our points program, because you can earn points and then use those points and turn them into dollars off or percentages off of your sale, or purchase. So you'll see that transitioning. No more annoying pop-up every time we visit the site.
No more pop-up when you visit the site.
Maybe.
Well, not that one.
So we will, sadly kind of phase that out a little bit, which I believe most stores for this has kind of already done this like 2 years ago.
We
hung on as long as we could. Like I said, shipping is just kind of going through the roof. Our shipping price has gone up at least 30% or more, depending on the package, where it's going and stuff like that. So it just kind of stinks. But so that's kind of the
will the points still expire, Adrian asked.
So you have a year to use the points. So right now they will expire in a year. So and they're a year, it's a rolling year. So if you earn some points today, it would take full 365 days for them to expire. And if you did points made to purchase tomorrow, it would take 365 from the point of that. So it's not like in a year you lose all your points.
So it's not like on January 1st everyone's back to 0.
Right. Like and if you go to our website right now, there's a banner. You can click on the banner. It'll kind of go over everything with the reward point system. There'd be a link there for you guys to sign up for it. There's also a link there for you to learn how to redeem your points. What you can earn points on. What's nice about it is you can follow us on social. You can earn points by doing that. You can write reviews on products, and you can earn points doing that. So you can actually earn a lot more stuff by doing different things on the site. If you upload pictures of your kits, you can earn points by doing that as well. And what's nice too is during sales, we can do special increased points. It just gives us more flexibility than just a flat 10% all the time off, or 5% or 15%, stuff like that. So gives us more flexibility.
Joey was asking if he needs to change his intro on his videos then.
Yes. So I will be reaching out to all of our partners and letting you guys know that the codes that you would give out for 10%, 5%, and so on probably won't work after this weekend or next week. But I'll go over all that with you guys on a one-on-one basis.
So you've got some time. This is kind of like just decided, and so we need like a little bit of time to phase it out.
Like it's been honestly probably about 2 or 3 months now of me kind of going back and forth in my head on what to do. Because
I mean, you really didn't want to do it,
right,
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, like I said, as far as being able to operate as a business, and give a little bit more flexibility for certain sales, or if we have overstock on a certain item, I can mark it down or do a different specific thing for that, and then not have to worry about, oh, what if they also throw this this discount code on it? Now we're really losing a bunch of money on it or something like that. It gives us more flexibility to be able to pinpoint things and also, promote our reward point system, which is what we'll be transitioning over to.
Yeah. So, sad, but hopefully you guys can understand that it's not like we're just trying to make more money, but it's more so the fact that in order to just cover the higher costs for us, especially in shipping, getting stuff and sending stuff, everything's just getting more expensive.
Yeah. I mean, we can either raise, so one of the options for raising the price of the kits, because the kits are costing more.
That's
but
true.
We are trying to not. I mean, some stuff we've had to raise, but trying not to raise them astronomically.
So that's from Bandai, like Bandai's cost for the kits.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the cost of shipping just from Japan over to here has increased. Container price, I'm sure everyone's seen on the news. Container prices have gone up through the roof. Also, it helps fight scalpers, if that makes sense. So a lot of times, and I think I've shown you, someone will order like 20 of a kit and they'll use the ZakuAurelius code, and then they'll sell the kits. So if they aren't getting a discount code that they can just grab every single time and buy a bunch of stuff to scalp, hopefully that helps discourage that too, because then they're going to have to buy it at an actual retail price versus, and they're not going to care about points.
So I mean, if they're buying loads of stuff regularly,
but we can also then figure out who's doing it and then erase the points from them from doing it. Whereas we can't really do that with a discount code. We can't really fight scalpers that well, and then turn off the discount codes. Whereas point system, we can literally know who's doing it and then just remove the points and delete their account. So,
just a couple of things Chris mentioned. He's sure that some people will complain about it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It does. I mean, you not able to save as much money, but if you have signed up for the point system and you can earn points, and you basically will be getting buying it and using the reward system and taking advantage of all the different things that reward system has. But yeah, it helps prices on the kits as much, helps us fight scalpers, and helps us, shipping wise and stuff like that. So,
there's a couple of good questions here, but Black Vash, sorry, also is asking if we'll have any sort of payment option like Affirm.
So the problem with a lot of payment systems is they don't like pre-orders, which is why certain companies that use it that are in this industry don't have pre-orders. So we used to kind of have a payments, I forget what it was called, and it ended up just being a lot of problems. But I mean, there might be a company out there that doesn't discourage pre-orders, and we'll explore that if we find it.
The other thing too is Julius asked about if we can explain the quarterly system Bandai uses for releasing kits. I think he's referring more to
like reprints.
No, I think he's probably referring to how we're using quarterly releases on our website now.
Okay, yeah. So with the delays in shipping from Asia to the US, a kit will come out. It got from, so a long time ago, a kit was released in Japan. It would take a month to get here to the States, and we could pretty much figure out what month we would get it. It kind of shortened there for a while pre-COVID, to where it would be like a week or two after it left Japan to here.
It's getting better.
It was, and then now it's taking 3 or 4 months sometimes, depending on the kit. So giving a more quarterly estimated delivery date is better than a pinpointed month, and then it gets delayed and we have to push it back. Then it gets delayed again and have to push it back. It kind of gives a bigger kind of time frame for that kit to arrive when it arrives. Pushing back, and then you guys getting upset because months later. The quarterly windows are a lot easier to maybe have a window, because like I said, a ship could leave Japan. It could be here in a month, but it doesn't leave the port's dock, or not they unload the container, and the container doesn't leave the port until a month or two later, which is, it's just the way things are going right now. So if that was what you were referring to, that is.
Yeah, that's what I would guess his question is about, because we used to have it when, like, for pre-order items, they used to be listed by month. It would say, expected May. So now if you're seeing on the website, like, expected second quarter, if that's what you're referring to, that's what. It's not something from Bandai.
No,
it's not Bandai's doing that. That's just we're doing that to give us a kind of, because we're not exactly sure when it's going to be. So if we say May and we don't end up getting it till June, I don't want you guys to be too disappointed.
Right. Yeah, because Bandai will have, like, for example, the stuff that we get for April reprint, which would have been last month, we still don't have yet. And we probably won't get until next month, maybe. So just kind of knowing that transit time, it's a very guessing game. But having the knowledge, know the transit time's increased, how much it's increased by, knowing when other stuff has come in. It has gotten a little bit better since the craziestness around Christmas that it was, with the ports being so backed up. But yeah, figures have been, the delays on those have been crazy. We'll have some figures that are delayed by 8-9 months. We got one that was delayed by a year, and actually it's not here yet. It's on its way here. It's finally shipped to us from a warehouse here in the US. So we'll probably have it next week. But yeah, it's just been crazy. Now China's shutting down. Yeah, figures are not fun. So far, the Bandai Gundam kits, we can give a good estimate quarterly for when they'll arrive.
And yeah, Connor's point about Kotobukiya being good at keeping stock coming in for us has been really helpful.
They've been great. So one thing that Kotobukiya does very well is if something is going to get delayed, they'll send us an email way beforehand, before it's delayed. And when they estimate, so they'll give us an estimate on when it will get delivered here to the US, which is very cool too. A lot of other companies don't do that, so they'll just have the release date. But they give a release date for Japan, Asia, and then they'll say US estimated would be this, and that's based on transit time from over there to over here, and when they'll have it on a container and a boat and stuff like that. So they're very good about getting us that information, which is very, very much appreciative. And Bandai's gotten really good too. They'll send us our allocations now, so we know exactly how much we're getting. So when you see pre-orders go up for like reprint stuff, we put up exactly how many we're getting, and we are not overselling it. So you're gonna get it. It might be like I said, kind of within that 3-month quarterly window. So it might be at the beginning of that quarterly window. It might be at the end. But if you do pre-order it, you will get it 100%. Kind of within at least that time frame. So
yeah, it's important to note that pre-ordering it, you may end up having to wait more, which is just unfortunately beyond our control. But we only make pre-orders available for stuff that we know we're gonna get.
Right.
So it is gonna get here eventually.
Yeah.
It's just you might just have to wait a little bit more.
Yeah, like the Master Grade Gyms, a lot of people pre-ordered those, and I think they were Q1, and we got them in Monday, so it was a few days after Q1, but it was
Let's see, a Stray GT, who I saw was in the chat there earlier. Do you ever anticipate seeing Mekamusume kits being done at a larger scale, like a master grade equivalent? Kind of interesting. I never really thought about that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that would have an appeal.
We're looking at me.
You build a lot more than I do. So I know if we base Mekamusume kits off of kind of figure sizes, the only figure size that they make bigger than what a Mekamusume kit, because usually they're about 1/7 scale. Mekamusume 1/10
or 1/12.
They make a 1/4. Usually the bunny figures from B style are 1/4, I believe.
So like that big.
Yeah, they're huge. Like the Lacus Klein one that we're getting in is a 1/4 scale. but that's the only. Not only those are the ones that come out the most that are that scale. Probably like 99% of the other ones are that 1/10 size. So it'd be weird if they made a model kit that was bigger than a figure size. Then you really couldn't put it with your other figures if you have figures. Yeah, I don't know.
It'd be interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like the good point about master grade like model kits is that with the bigger size they can put more in it.
Yeah.
But with like a larger size Mekamusume kit, I mean, like I guess they could put more stuff into it. I don't know. I'm not sure what the advantage would be of it other than just a larger size. In that case, yeah, I don't know if I mean, I'm sure people would buy it if they did, but I don't know if there's really too much people like wanting that really.
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting though. Yeah, they do make the hand scale. Yeah, which Kotobukiya makes the smaller, even smaller ones, the hand scales. I mean, I guess they could make something larger.
Did those though to fit with a lot of like their other lines, like
the
Hex Gear line.
Stuff, yeah. They do have the Mekamusume Asura Ninja kit coming out as that figure, which is a larger scale. It's like 1/7, 1/8,
something like that. Yeah,
1/7, I think. Maybe we've been 1/6. It's quite big. It seems like it's going to be, but
it's really 2-to-1, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. 2-to-1.
So it'd be one. If it's a figure's one, so it'd be a 1/4 scale figure.
I don't think it's going to be that big.
Yeah,
I think it's probably going to end up being roughly
1/5.
The size of like a 1/6 is pretty standard size. But anyway, yeah, it would be interesting to see if they do. I don't anticipate it, but what's the most out of your warehouse custom you've done? Out of your wheelhouse, sorry.
Yeah. So I know when I do custom stuff, usually when I build a kit, I try to do something new or different. I don't know if I've ever been like, screw it, let's just try to do this and pray type mentality. I guess if it's really out of your wheelhouse, that's kind of what you're doing. Usually I just do little things here and there that are different.
I've got the kit around. I think it's at home, but the one of those like rocket models tanks, the quadruped tank kits.
Okay. So making a kit that's not your normal type kit.
Yeah. I started painting that, but I haven't finished painting it yet, and that would probably be one because it's basically a tank. With legs, which I don't paint tanks and I'll ever build them. Either that or something like the Krakenvogel machine Krieger kit, which is just like a satellite. Basically, is what you feel like you're building. Basically, it's just not your typical like shape for a robot. That would probably be the most extreme thing for me. But
yeah, I think other than Gunpla or like robot-esque type, I built Apache. It was Apache Cobra or something like that. That was probably 3 or 4 years ago.
But the Mew kit, the Pokeball Quick Mew kit I worked on, painted that up. Sent that to Leonhard too.
Nice.
Did you see that?
Did he make a video?
No, he didn't show in the video. Yeah, he posted it on Twitter, I think.
Oh, did he? Yeah, that's cool.
Later on. But yeah, that was different. I mean, because that's not a robot at all, just a totally organic shape. Those kits, and maybe it depends on the kit, but those kits take a while to work on getting rid of all the seam lines on them, just because they're all organic shape and everything, but they just take a lot of putty.
Speaking of you sending stuff, I saw a post of someone getting something that says
the Mecca Decals. Yeah. The signed Mecca Decals. Yep. I saw that. Reiji said, is there a confirmed way to take the parts from an MG Exia and one of the newer MG frames and make an Exia 1.5? So basically, if you bought like a Dynamis or Curios or something and putting that back into the Exia.
I don't think they use the same frame, right?
Yeah, I would have to go back and look at it more carefully if it's an entirely different frame or it's a partially using the same frame.
Know. If it's the same frame, it's probably gonna be a little bit easier. If it's a different frame, I mean, yeah, you can do it. You just have to do a little more custom work and maybe some gluing, or you might. It'd be a little bit harder.
A lot of work for not that much different results. I feel like.
Yeah, probably would be
because the Exia is not bad at all, except for like the foot. So like if you wanted to take the frame for just like the foot from like the Dynamace, I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of work. But as far as I know, there's no confirmed way to do it, and I haven't seen anybody do it.
No. Yeah. I don't know if there's even a resin type dress up kit for the Exia. Is there?
For just a standard Exia?
Yeah,
I know there is for like the amazing Exia.
Right, I know
like
that.
Matter,
yeah.
Gojira fan wants to know if we'll ever see another Gunpla roast episode. I would like to do one because I think it's funny. The idea is funny, but I don't think I'm very funny. I think I need to be better at it. And Julio helped me with that episode. I think
Julio's funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's a good roaster.
Yeah. But it's difficult when you're like, I mean, because roasting is different. I mean, like if you just see like something that's, you know, easy to make fun of versus something that like you really have to try. If you're like looking at pictures of a kid and there's like, you know, nothing really to make fun of it about, you know, it's hard to just kind of come up with stuff like. So that's why when you see roasts and stuff on TV, it's comedians doing it, not just regular people, because like they have to be like good at comedy. So I don't know. I don't think I'm very good at it, so that's why I haven't done another episode. But I don't know. I would like to. Oh, here's another Mekamusume question. T-Bird wants to know if there will ever be a Mekamusume contest. I would say yes, definitely there will be at some point.
So you've talked about even having plans to do one.
Yeah, I've talked about it a lot because it's been something that I wanted to do for a long time. So I would say it's very likely that at some point this year we will get to that. It's not. I can tell you it's not the next contest, but probably later this year.
Yeah,
it would be a good estimation on that. I saw another one here I wanted to. Oh, yeah. Any predictions on what we'll see at the Shizuoka Hobby Show?
I bet we'll see more of the Masquerade EX Strike Freedom.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The MGX Strike Freedom.
They had that Robot Spirits or Robot Tamashi. I think Robot Spirits. Death Scythe teaser. And that is because it's this weekend is the.
Wasn't there a teaser image for a Wound War figure?
Yeah, that was too. Yeah. Because this weekend is the companies get to visit, and the next weekend is open to the public.
No, usually it's just one day. It'll be like Friday is the company day, and like Saturday, Sunday is public day, unless they changed it.
I think they changed it. I saw on Bandai's website. See, I'm probably giving fake news now. I'm gonna have to look. I'm pretty sure I saw on their website, Bandai Hobby website, anyways. Well, let's take a look, guys. We have phones that can.
I know in the past anyway, or like when I went, it was Friday was the day when they have it just open for just companies and businesses and stuff can go through. And Saturday and Sunday it's open to the public.
Yeah, see 14th, 15th.
Yeah, that's all. It's just the 14th, 15th is for the public.
Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know what
that. But other than the MGEX, I would say we will probably see. Do you think we'll see more Kyokai Senki stuff? I'm not sure because we have like the second round of stuff.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know where I saw. No, see, what is that? 11th, 12th.
Those are black days, so those I think are just company days.
Maybe for them 11, to set 12, up, 13th, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
11, 12, 13. Yeah, Kyokai Senki kits. I think we might see something more. Maybe another. Well, they already announced full mechanics, like the next full mechanics one of being like the Kenbukan. I think it is, right?
The blue one, blue and white one.
No. Oh, that's the Byakuchi.
Yeah, I don't even know more about the series than I
do. But I think, we'll definitely see Kyokai Senki stuff there. I don't know if they'll necessarily be something new. It might just be just displays of kind of what we already have announced.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that we'll have Gundam kits announced too. We might get some new
Yeah, there might be an announcement of a new, just regular Master Grade.
Yeah.
The MGEX, I think, will be the main
Big thing, yeah.
and then there might be another MG. But
maybe, who knows?
We talked about this briefly, I think, like last week or something. That I kind of don't think that they will want to also have another MG, the next MG on display, if they want like the main focus to just be on the MGEX. I think it's kind of going to be their main thing.
Do you think, because they had a teaser of a metal structure Sosby, didn't they, a while ago?
Yeah, a long while ago.
Do you think maybe they might have something like that? That might be interesting.
I don't know.
We'll see. Because that was, what, a year and a half ago?
It's been a while since the metal structure Sosby was announced. I don't know. Other than that, there'll probably be some new HG. Yeah, I would imagine. I don't know if they'll continue with Gundam Wing line. The Shenlong will be there. Yeah, of course. But after that, I think we might see like a prototype for whatever the next Wing HG might be, if they end up continuing that line, or it could be something else. Yeah, I think likely it'll probably not be a Wing HG. It'll probably be something HGUC. Possibly, I don't know. Who knows? The new Origin kits will be there, I'm sure. I think they're just P Bandai though. Yeah, the ones from the kind of mini movie island, or something, whatever it is. I don't know.
Something island battle.
Sorry, guys, we're very uninformed. Apparently,
this is R78 and a Zaku, right?
Yeah. All right, let's see. What's the most useful tool when putting together a model kit?
Nippers.
Yeah, definitely.
That was easy. Next question.
Let's see. Connor asked, have y'all got any more True Gunpla merch for yourselves? After I saw your video, I picked up the Shinanju tee real quick.
So I want to get his General Grievous shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Mm-hmm. I've not yet. But I know he has that it's I want to say tie-dye, but it has that kind of multicolor finish one that's coming out too. It's like blue and black. So that looks really cool. You guys should check out his store if you want to check out any of that stuff. What's your favorite movie or book? Kyle asks.
So I have a bunch of favorite books, but they're all from the same author, Brandon Sanderson.
Ah, yes. I don't know who that
you
is.
Don't? Oh my gosh. So he makes Mistborn. I don't think it's called Way of the Kings. I think it's one of the books. Skyward, really amazing author. So shout out Brandon Sanderson if you ever watch this video.
Fiction.
More fantasy, but he has sci-fi. Because Skyward is a sci-fi series. But yeah, I mean, all his books are great. So, yeah, Stormlight Archive. Thank you. See, we got Brandon Sanderson fans in there.
There you go.
Yeah. Movie. This is gonna sound really weird. I have two, and they're probably not the most popular movies in the world. Troy and The Last Samurai. Very different movies, but I do like both those.
I've intentionally not seen both of those movies.
What? Yeah, they're great.
All right, I'll
actually Lord of the Rings. We're actually watching Lord of the Rings right now, the extended editions.
Troy is with Brad Pitt, right?
It is, and I only like that movie because it's again, it's so dumb, but the sword that he has is pretty sweet.
Okay, all right, fair enough. One of my favorite movies is Forbidden Planet, which I told you.
Yeah, I have not watched yet.
Ordered you to watch.
Yeah.
Forbidden Planet. If Brian's still watching, I know that's one he loves as well, so he can back me up on that. Classic. If you guys are into sci-fi movies, it's old, 1956, so it's older than probably most everybody watching, I would assume. But it's one of my favorite movies. It's so good. And Lost in Translations is another one of my favorite American movies with Bill Murray. I mean, Bill Murray's just great all the time, but that one's good. Yeah, probably one of my favorites.
Those movies were water shed for the
what?
These sort of action movie. I was looking at Connor's.
Oh yeah. Gunpla Joy also said Troy is great. Okay.
Troy, yeah.
Fair enough.
Gotta watch
there
Troy.
You go.
Last Samurai.
The premise seems so strange to me, so that's why I haven't watched it.
It's a movie.
Yeah. Anyway, the Lost in Translation was one of those movies that I had no idea what it was going to be about before I watched it in high school. I think like my mom rented it or something like that, and I knew Bill Murray was in it, so that's how she convinced me to watch it. And so yeah, I just watched it. Yeah, I think it was 2004 when it came out. So yeah, I was in high school. Watched it and I loved it. Yeah, it's great. And you guys should definitely watch it if you haven't seen it. But I'm sure probably most of you guys have seen it. Have you seen it?
No.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No. Okay, well, you have to watch that too.
So now there's 2 movies. See, I have 2 movies to watch, and you haven't had 2 movies to watch.
Fair enough.
You should read some Brandon Sanderson too.
All right. Oh yeah, I didn't answer my favorite book. My favorite book, I like nonfiction stuff mostly. So like books on stoicism are usually my favorite because that's what I'm into. But fiction, probably my favorite fictional book would be Watership Down, which I love, which I read because of Advanced Zeta. All the Advanced Zeta mobile suits are named after characters from that. But that was the reason why I wanted to check the book out. But I actually really loved it. It's good. So I don't read a lot of fiction though. I don't read a lot, period, these days. I'm sure you're the same.
Yeah, I listen to them. I got an Audible thing. And if you ever need to borrow it, log in. There's probably hundreds of books on there now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Another good book series is Lightbringer series. That's not by Brand. I forget who wrote that though. Sorry.
Oh, have you read Martian Chronicles before?
No,
I read that.
I read the book The Martian.
No, not that. Martian Chronicles, Ray Bradbury.
No.
That was another good one. That's one of the few fiction books that I read and really liked. All right. Let's see. William's question: are you going to do any of these episodes with the surprise Q&A with your staff? Yeah, we could.
I think people will be very surprised how little they know. Probably.
It depends who it is.
Yeah, it does depend who it is.
Yeah.
Because there's some that will know nothing about this stuff, and then there are some that know a lot about it. So
yeah. Some people, I mean, that work here is just a job.
Yeah,
right? And some people are well into it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's an interesting idea. We can definitely look into that. Imagine you're in a giant room with one of every kit in existence and can take only one. Which one do you grab? Interesting. So if you could just...
any kit, you can only grab one kit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. What am I doing, though? Like, do I have to... I can now build the kit? Or am I still living my normal life afterwards?
Yeah, it's just...
So if I am just stuck in a room and I can only build the one kit while I'm in the room, I would probably grab... what are the kits? The you know the names better, and I can't think of the name. They're like it's like the Deep Striker, but it's from
Mechanicore?
Thanks, yeah.
The Teeth Stummer?
Yeah, because that would take me a long freaking time. But if it's a kit that I just would love to build, probably the Snodgerstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a classic one. I don't know. Based on like what kits I have, I would have to say maybe just kind of one of the MG Zaku 2 kits, just because of the fact that like I have like 7 of them that I have still unbuilt at home. But they're like the Ace Pilot Panda ones.
Okay, yeah. You know? All the Zakus.
Yeah, that they came out with for a while. And then they started with the Uma Lightning Gelgoog, and I thought they were going to make more Gelgoog variants, but they didn't. Have not yet. Still only just made the one. So that was also before COVID. So I think they probably were like, well, can't don't have the bandwidth to make more MG Gelgoog variants, but I wish they did, because that's a great kit too.
Yeah. Brent Week did the Lightbringer series, which also I didn't know about the Night Angel series, so I will check that out. Thank you guys for the suggestions.
What's your favorite 0083 kit or design? Do you think they'll get any updated MGs?
I hope they do.
Yes.
But it would be the GPO4, right? That would be in the 83 Stardust Memory that we're talking about.
Technically, yeah. Not in the show, but
right.
in
But that would be
story,
yeah,
I guess.
That would be my favorite but yeah, that wasn't in the actual anime. The GPO3 was with I can't think of it. The
Dendrobium.
Thanks, yeah.
Yeah.
Which that one's good if we're gonna pick off of what was in the anime. I like that a lot. But I do like the GPO4. Probably the best because the GPO4 has been a long time, was stolen to make the
Gerbera Tetra.
Thank you. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, and I truthfully have seen 0083, I think probably twice, but a long time ago.
Yeah.
I have not seen the series for a long time. But yeah, I was never really that into the GPO1 until I built the real grades just recently, like last year or something. And they're really nice real grades. I mean, I really love the kits. They look great.
The version I liked of the full burner GPO1 was it was a resin dress-up kit from Coreworks, where it had actually like the big thrusters and not the weird little pod things in the back. I like that. I actually built that. I don't think that's downstairs. I don't know where that's at.
I would like to get that PG at some point.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I've never have gotten that, but I would like to pick up that PG. It does look really cool having all the hanger and everything around it. So, but as far as what I would like to get an updated MG, I mean, just the GPO1. They could just come out with a new GPO1 kit that comes with, because they did like the XS 1.5 release. If they released a new 2.0 GPO1 that came with the parts to make it as like either version,
right?
I mean, separate releases are nice because then you're not just stuck with a bunch of leftover parts, and you can choose whichever version you want. But on the other hand, like considering how Bandai has done similar kits recently, like the 100 rebake kit that gave you both parts, the XS kit that gave you both parts, they've done that recently on a few other kits. So I think it is very possible that if they were going to do a 2.0 or a Verka
they would
or a
just
GPO1,
everything.
Yeah, it would be both, which I would be fine with. It would be nice to just have a new kit of it. But yeah, that would be cool. What's your favorite non-Gundam line of model kits? Probably Megami Device for me.
Yeah, that would be mine too.
Either that or Machine Krieger, kind of very different designs, but those would be my favorites.
I like the Hexagear stuff too. All right, it's bathroom time.
Okay,
be right back, guys. My daughter's here. She's gotta go to the bathroom.
So. Different William asked, which version of the MG RX-782 is your favorite? 3.0 for me. Adam said the 3.0 for him. Or Origin, okay. I would say probably the Origin for me as well. I like the design a little bit more. The 3.0 is great, and this is something I've talked about before, and people ask sometimes, should I get the 3.0 or should I get the Origin? Because I was going to say a lot of pros and cons, but there's no cons really to either of them. They're both fantastic kits. The 3.0 or the Origin MGs are just really, really good. There's certain things that like the 3.0 like is a more complex design in terms of like its frame and everything, and has a little bit more exterior details as well, if that's what you're into. And it's more traditional to the traditional design of the RX-782. Or the Origin is nice because it's a little bit different, and it comes with kind of more accessories. It comes with effect parts for like the gun, the Vulcan, and its torso, and it comes with effect parts for the machine gun on the like wrist part as well. You get two different versions of the beam rifle, and it's just you get the backpack cannon as well. So there's kind of more stuff, I feel like. But then again, with the 3.0, you also have the core fighter. I don't know. Yeah, there's things to like about both versions. That said, I do really also love the version of it that came inside the Perfect Gundam. So recently they released a version of this just on its own, and I did a review for it. It was like a Expo exclusive or a Gundam base exclusive. It was a Gundam base exclusive version of the RX-782. And it was, the version of it that's inside the Master Grade Perfect Gundam. So they just re-released it just without all the Perfect Gundam parts and just the RX-782 on its own. I really liked that, actually. The Verka is also great. It's just a little bit more dated, so it's got like seam lines all over the place. And it's not like the most articulated version, but the design is great. And I really wish that they would make a 2.0 Verka Gundam. That would be awesome. But you really kind of can't go wrong. I don't really like the 1 Year War version or the 1.0 MG all that much, but other than those, the 2.0 is great, and every other version after that's great. All right. Let's see. What's next for the expansion of the USA Gundam Store business? Well, I can speak for Adam and just saying that I think the next, at least for like, this is nothing that will really affect any of you guys necessarily, but I know that like we're wanting to move into a bigger warehouse space, because the warehouse space we're at now, including my office space here, is getting very tight. So, and especially the warehouse out there, it's just full of stuff. So getting into a new warehouse space is something that we've been trying to do for a while, but just getting the new warehouse built or whatever is taking some time. Other than that, there's people have asked before in past episodes, we had the question of like if we're ever going to open a second location, like open another physical store like on the West Coast or something like that. And I know just from what Adam said in the past, he said it's not something that we're looking into at this point or any point in the near future. Let's see. Jamie has a question for you. What's your favorite Gundam timeline? UC, After Colony, Another Century.
UC, just because there's a lot more to it, but I do like Seed a lot. Mm-hmm. But UC, just because there's more. I mean, there's so many series that are in the UC timeline.
Sure. Yeah.
And I don't like later on UC. Like, I don't like Turn A. So, yeah.
What about like F91?
It's all right.
Okay. Victory?
It's all right.
Okay. All right. Joey's question. Do you ever think we'll see an RG Alex Gundam?
Maybe.
I doubt it, especially with the MG just recently coming out.
Yeah, because that came out, what, 3 years ago?
2? Well, it's been 3 already?
It had to be
Maybe
3
2.
because it was pre-COVID,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, did the MG do that well?
It did well.
Yeah.
And then every time they come out with a reprint, it does pretty well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a possibility.
I feel like part of how well that MG did was just based on when it was released.
Yeah, and then also like when we get allocated certain amounts, we
Mm-hmm.
don't get allocated that many of that kit like we do some other kits that we know there are RGs of and master grades of, and the master grade gets way more allocation, so they're making more of them. So, I mean, is it a possibility? Sure. Will it happen anytime soon? Probably not.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if there's better kits that they could do real grades of right now than.
Yeah, I would say so. Unfortunately, Joey. Sorry. Any update on the new warehouse? Well, we just had a question just while you were gone. Somebody asked like what's next for the business, and I just said that we're wanting to move into a bigger warehouse.
I think the city has everything kind of said and done. There's just kind of one thing that's a hiccup, but we're going to kind of move forward with the expectation to get that off there later on. That way we can keep going, is what I was told. So. Yep.
Hopefully. All right. Any plans to do more exclusives with Kotobukiya in the Mekamusume device kits like the Tamama no Mai, Susanoo, etc.?
I don't know what we can say about that, so we'll skip that one.
We would love to.
Yes.
Let's just say that. Cody asks, what kit do you think would be a good base for a Tequila Gundam? Like for Bandai to make, or for like if you wanted to make it on your own? I mean, one of the G Gundam Master Grades, I would guess would be good.
God Gundam.
Yeah, the nice thing about the G Gundam Master Grades, if you wanted to do something like that on your own, is that because they're older, the inner frame's relatively simple. Yeah. So, the more simple the base kit is that you have to work with, the thing probably easier it's going to be for something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't see that as something that Bandai is ever going to make, ever, unfortunately, for a lot of people. Mark asks, what's your favorite 30 Minutes Missions kit? Don't think we've ever had that one before.
No, I haven't built very many.
Yep. I would say maybe for me, I think maybe the Alto Flight type.
So I like the Alto Space type because I think the legs are interesting on it.
The Portanova Space type?
Portanova Space type, yeah.
That's the one we have downstairs.
As in the
light effects in it,
Yeah, I like that one probably the best.
Yeah.
Because they only made the one. No, they did make a gray version of that too. And they made a purple version.
Are you thinking of the aquatic type?
Maybe I'm thinking of the aquatic type. No, because they did make a purple red version of that space type. I'm pretty sure. Maybe they didn't make a gray one. Maybe that is called the light gray one, the white one.
There's a lot of color variants of them.
Yeah.
Or what you might have seen is you might have just seen
someone paint one.
Not even not that, just in their promo materials, they're often putting out different images, just showing like how you can just mix and match the parts, just using like a red Portanova kit instead, and then just using like the purple parts from a different kit.
But as far as design wise, I like that one the best.
Yeah, definitely that one's cool. The new one which come out, which I have it here, it's in my queue to build, there is the Revernova. This is the Dom looking one.
Okay.
One that basically looks like a Dom. That one looks really cool. But yeah, I've got a few 30 Minutes Missions kits over here that are in my queue that I'll be building up in the near future here for you guys. So we'll do another like week of how I did like all the Kyokai Senki HG kits, just like in a week every day for a week. I'll do that for 30 Minutes Missions kits, and then probably not this coming week, but the week after that, I think. So look forward to that if you're interested. Do you think they should make 2.0 real grade kits for earlier ones? I would say no.
Yeah, I don't think
it necessarily warrants it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other stuff I would like to see them make rather than a 2.0 something.
Yeah, we had this question I think last week where it'd be more like certain pieces they could make better, but not like the whole kit.
Like the Shinanju, for example. Yeah, if they remade that with basically like a 1.5, just made it entirely new inner frame, that'd be fine. Right. Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice, I guess. But even in that case, I would still prefer just something totally new.
Yeah,
definitely. Sorry, that's Cryoprime's same question there. What's your favorite paint line? Gundam Riaz asked.
So I like SMS a lot. I'm not just saying that because we sell it. I do like that a lot, and I do like Gaia a lot.
For me, and this might change. I mean, my preference is based on living in Korea, where certain types of paints are easier. So for example, people here in the US, there's a lot of people that love Alclad. Alclad's not easy to get there, so I never used it in Korea.
Alclad's good for all the metallics. And
on the other hand, Mr. Color I can get easily and really cheap. So Mr. Color is what I use probably 60-70% of the time. The rest of that is usually Gaia. And then I have used SMS paints over there in Korea a couple of times. Scott sent me some to try out. So I've used SMS paints from time to time, but it's not my staple just because I don't have a ton of them. I just have a few when Scott sends me a few to try out. So yeah, normally I just use Mr. Color most of the time. Gaia was also very easily available there.
Yeah, not here,
which was nice.
And you had all the lines over there, like
So yeah, I've got stuff like like the Dougram Gaia paints, the Ava Gaia paints, stuff like that. So I brought it all with me. So I've got some, but in limited supply. So yeah, I definitely have to save that stuff.
I'll have to show you how to smuggle it in under the
specific.
radar. Like I've learned how to do.
How do you think I got it from Japan to Korea?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. What were the biggest obstacles when you started out the business? Probably time, I guess.
Yeah, because when I started this, I was working. I was a branch manager for Wells Fargo at the same time, so I would, do my day job, come home, and then I'd work and pack stuff all the way to like 1 a.m. because obviously it was just me. So that was probably the biggest challenge because you're sacrificing time with your family. Your time would be the hardest thing. But I mean, if you're passionate about it, then you're happy to do it.
Is there an obstacle like that? Like, I don't know, learning which business software to use, like for selling online or something like that.
But I mean, you slowly kind of learn that. I mean, when you're small, you don't really need a lot of software and stuff. You just need a laptop and eBay. Is pretty much what we started with. I think the biggest thing is just navigating where to get stuff, how to get stuff from. It's better to get direct from the source than get it from a secondary distributor, because you can't even compete price wise because it's costing you more to get the stuff. It'd probably be harder now because of just how the industry we're in anyways has changed. It would be a lot harder than it was when I first started to get going. It's also a lot more saturated than it was when we first started.
Right.
But I mean, for any business, you just got to do the research and look it up. And I think you've probably heard me complain about the financial world and how it's easy to get a $100,000 student loan, but if you try to get a loan for a business, you're not getting anything. Just learning how to navigate all that stuff.
It has changed a lot just because Bandai has a lot more presence as a company here in the US than it did in the past, which is good.
It is good.
Yeah. But it does complicate things if you want to start your business. Like if you were starting your business, like you said, if you were starting your business,
you couldn't. I don't think you can directly go to Bandai right now. You would have to start, I believe, and I don't know because obviously I'm not starting it now. But from my understanding is you'd have to go to one of the secondary suppliers. I believe a lot of the secondary suppliers are limiting their stock, or maybe they're just limiting it to us. I don't know. So we buy from a bunch of places. So yeah, to start this kind of business, it would definitely be different than how we set it up. But again, for any business, just start learning stuff now, research it, and the biggest thing is just knowing where to sell it, and if you can get it and sell it at a competitive price that the market's selling it for, and you're still able to make some money, then
yeah, with so much competition, and I mean, like I say, so much, it's a small market, so any amount is going to be a large amount. But with competition, I mean, like people pricing and everything, like even aside from pricing, what you want is just like good relationship with the customers too, right?
And
so if somebody can get a kit from us or from like 3 other different stores where the price is basically the same, needs to be some reason why
why are you
going
getting
to
it
your
from
store rather than somebody else.
And also one thing though too, I mean, customer service is vastly important. You always want to try to please everyone. You're never going to be able to please everyone, which sucks. Like the guy we had last week. You try to do everything you can to help, which is what you need to do as a business owner. Your customers are giving you their money, and you want to try to find every way to help them out with what they're looking for. I mean, things as a business owner, will be out of your control. A lot of stuff like shipping. If a box gets damaged in transit, there's really nothing that we did that could have prevented a lot of that. but being able to help the customer even with that problem, you get them a replacement or something like that is your key for your customer service.
It's important to keep the size of the business in mind too, because like if you're like our business again, like within this hobby, our business I think is pretty big. So we have, you know, a lot of emails and stuff constantly and people with questions and concerns and stuff. And so we have tried to, you know, make everybody happy and get to everything, but there's a lot to get through, a lot of messages and emails and stuff like that. Whereas like a smaller company, maybe you would have less of that, so they're able to handle that easier. Or a larger company, if you're like have a problem with something with Amazon, they have huge customer service departments that they can handle everything. So just like keep in mind like the scale of the business.
It's hard too when you're a business owner is giving up responsibility to other people, because now you're trusting those other people to handle it the same way you would have handled it, which for the most part everyone does here. But when you are a business owner, no one's going to care for your business as much as you do. So that's hard to. It was for me anyways, give up responsibilities.
I'm sure. Yeah. But I think you find good people to do it, right?
Yeah. If you have good people, I mean, you're set, and it's fun. I mean, if you enjoy what you're doing, like I enjoy coming to work every day. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the problems that arise. I enjoy all the people that work here, the stuff that we sell. I mean, everything about it. So it's not really work.
Yeah. Jupla had a kind of similar question along those lines, and he said, along the lines anyway, if you didn't start USA Gundam Store, what do you think you'd be doing as your profession?
Probably still be in banking, which sucked. I don't know, because I probably would have left that.
So?
Yeah, I mean, banking, for anyone that doesn't know, is a hardcore sales job. The minute you walk into the bank, the bankers and stuff are there to sell you stuff, either credit cards, bank accounts, savings accounts. Their goal is to get you to leave with something you didn't have before. So with that said,
I think like I don't know, at least for me, and what I would assume would be kind of like the general impression of a bank is it's a service,
right? But
for you to use, not a place where you're going and they're trying to sell you stuff, right? So,
but it is, but I don't know what I'd be doing. That's interesting. I know Bandai's been sending out a lot of emails on people to work for them right now. I know they sent out an email they need people to travel. I saw it yesterday.
Really?
For conventions and stuff. So if anyone's looking for that type of job, Bandai is hiring for that right now. So maybe I would have reached out to them. Who knows? So
I'll have to send them my resume. No. I would love to travel more, but that's just not right now.
Yeah.
I mean, for multiple reasons. But the main thing would be just because of my family.
Yeah.
And like, even when I was living in Korea and I would go over to Japan for like 3 days, I hated to leave my wife and kids, leave my wife to take care of the kids. But at least my wife's parents lived in the same town. So like a lot of times when I'd be over in Japan for a couple of days, she would spend a lot of that time just at her parents' house with the kids. They help out. But we don't have that here.
Right.
So if I were to leave, like to go to San Diego Comic-Con for like even just 2 days or something like that, my wife's with 2 babies at home. You know how that goes. Same for you. So we just take them all with us when we go somewhere.
Be a giant party.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway. All right. Diablo asks, what is your favorite Mekamusume kit? Are there any you wish you had? You said you like, I'll help you out, the Tamama no Mai.
That one's good.
Yeah.
I like that. I actually did not keep any of those for myself. But my favorite is Astra Ninja, which I have all 3 versions of her. Color version. Yeah.
Low visibility. Original.
Mm-hmm. Which I think those are the only 3. Because that Astra Archer has the same 3 as well.
There's a 4th one of the Astra Archer, which is that magazine exclusive one, the pink one.
Yes, but I don't have that. And I don't really care about the Archer that much. But they didn't make a pink one of the Ninja.
No, just the Archer.
Yeah.
It's, as far as I know, it's also just mostly a color swap, but it does have new parts for the chest. The chest armor is different on that version of the kit. Yeah, I also skipped it because it was real pricey.
Yeah.
Being like a magazine exclusive version anyway. But I don't know. If I ever come across it, I think I might be tempted, but we'll see.
It's kind of those one-offs, like those cup noodle Gundam kits.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want them at first, and then I wanted them, and they're really expensive then after.
My favorite, I do really like the Soul Roadrunner because I love those leg designs on that kit. And just the character design is also nice. But yeah, the Asura Ninja is also really nice in the different versions of her. There's a lot of really great ones. The Star Kanashia is probably one of my favorites as well. And they have the new version of her coming out, the Ganesha version, Tenki Ganesha version. Anyway, it's just like the dark colored version of the massive Ganesha version of Star Kanashia. So anyway, yeah, there's been a few versions of that kit that have been out now at this point. But yeah, I really like that kit. It's a good one too. All right, let's do a couple more here, then we'll get to the giveaway. All right. What Gundam series collectively sells the best across all lines and grades? Wing, Unicorn, Seed, original series. Interesting that he didn't mention as one of his examples there IBO, because that's the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah. IBO, we usually sell it. I mean, we're selling out everything right now, but like pre-COVID, IBO did very well. UC though has a lot more kits in the line, so it's it's harder to kind of really compare those. But if you're comparing like master, like actual like non like series, and you're comparing like grades, high grade does the best. But again, there's more of them, different versions. But IBO does very well. UC does very well.
Build Fighters, I would imagine would have also done really well, but it depends on the kit. I think there was probably kits that didn't do as well.
Yeah, and it also depends on time, because they haven't made a lot of those first Build Fighters kits. They have not made in probably 4 or 5 years. So if they reprinted them now, they would probably fly off the shelves now, especially now with So it just it just depends on when they make them, what they're making.
Like one we've talked about before, that Mega Shiki. Yeah. Whenever that comes back out, I would like to grab another one of those too. Going back to that question of being in a room with all the Gunpla and you can take one, that actually might be one that I would consider being the one that I would take.
Didn't they have a resin kit that converted the Delta Plus into that?
That sounds very likely.
I remember seeing that a long time ago.
Let's see. What mobile suits do you want to see become the next RG kit, and do you think they'll release any grunt suits in the RG in the future?
It's funny because the minute you said that, I thought of the gym.
Yeah.
And then you read the second part of it. I think the gym would be a very cool real grade. I mean, the high grades are always doing very well, and the high grades are very older kit. It's it is a older kit. So I think that'd be cool to do they haven't really done grunt real grades though.
Zaku 2.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. Just because, like, if
you make ARC 78,
that was one of those ones, like, how could you not? Zaku 2. But I guess the gym, you could kind of say the same thing, but I feel like there's probably a lot more people who are like more excited about a Zaku 2 than a gym.
Sanju Stein would be cool, which I would have thought that'd be a P Bandai by now, but
I don't know. That when the RG Shinanju first was coming out, it was a lot of people that thought that.
Yeah, I thought it,
but no, I just never expected it.
No, they came out with that, like the scarred face mask and stuff, and the extra bazooka set for P Bandai.
They came out with the line art for the gym. It was like the ground Gundam, the gym, the goof, right? That they had a line art for years and years ago.
Long time ago. Yeah, and then
any of those I would love to see. I mean, I prefer the goof custom over the regular goof, but the ground Gundam I think would also make for a nice RG.
Yeah,
it'd be cool. But if it's like any sort of consolation, we did have the recent HGUC release of that, kind of the updated version of that too. So,
and they came out with the GM.
The ground gym.
Ground gym. Thanks. Yeah.
Yep. The Alex Gundam, Joey, I just don't. First of all, I don't really like the Alex that much, so I don't really want it. And even either way, I just don't think that it would be high on the list that Bandai would release. I actually think that it is very possible we could see, the more I think about it, an RG Barbatos at some point.
Yeah, I would be surprised if we don't see something like that in at least the next year to 2 years. I'd also be surprised if we don't see another IBO Master Grade in the next year to 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably on the way too.
As far as an RG Barbatos, I would give it more like a 5-year window.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's something that I would expect to see like within a year or two, possibly. But if you asked me a year ago, I would have said, no, I don't think they'll make any RG Barbatos anytime soon. But now, like, the more I think about it, I think it is probably.
So Master Grade was the best-selling kit last year.
Uh-huh.
We were also able to get a bunch of them, which this year we haven't been able to. So
I'm sure.
But they were that, and then the wing. But the wing was.
Sorry, Joey.
Yeah.
They could end up doing something. I mean, like with the new series, who knows? They could do a real grade of the Aerial Gundam if that new series is doing well. Yeah. Who knows? All right. Let's do our giveaway for this one. Let's see. Just seeing if there's any other question here that I wanted to. Oh, well, here's another good one. While we're doing that, I saw this question come up actually last night. I thought it was interesting. He wanted to know what we think the next Pokemon kit might be. Any predictions? What you think the next Pokemon kit might be?
It would be cool. It would be an Electrode. They really wouldn't have to do that much.
Would it be that cool though?
I feel like so. I personally like Sandslash, but I don't think we'll ever get that anytime ever. Honestly, popular wise, it'd be neat to get one of the. I mean, they don't have a Bulbasaur. They have a Charmander. I don't even think they have a Squirtle. So maybe one of those two.
A Squirtle with the sunglasses.
That would be legit, right? That'd be cool. That would be the way to go.
Have the clear black part for the sunglasses. That'd be cool. Yeah, as a Pokepod Quick.
Yeah,
because they have like different versions of Pikachu and stuff. To have like a Squirtle version, like with the sunglasses. That'd be cool. Yeah. That or I like the second gen like starters. Chikorita, Mudkip. That's right. Is that?
That's third gen.
Totodile. No?
Totodile,
Chikorita, and
Quill something, right?
Kulava.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Those would be cool. I think I'm sure there is probably I think actually now I think there's a Chikorita Bayleaf set.
Is there?
Like a 3 set. Yeah,
yes,
I think that already exists. Anyway. The Pokepod Quick kits, if you guys are Pokemon fans, check out some of those kits because the Pokepod Quick kits are really nice.
Yeah, they're very cool
and cheap. All right. So we need this as max 3 first. There we go. One, which is Instagram, which had 99 comments. So of the 99 comments on Instagram, 4. All right, easy.
Man.
Very good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. What's your favorite paint line? Well, we already answered the question. There you go.
So Gundam
Marias.
There you
go.
Congratulations. So my quick spiel. Please send us an email to support@usagundamstore.com. We just need a picture of you logged into your Instagram account and what address you want us to ship the kit to, and we will get that out to you ASAP. Congratulations. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
and this is probably one of the. I think we always refer to this one when you first start building Zoids.
Yeah.
We always like referring the.
If you've never built one of these kits, it's a great kit to start with, and I can imagine after building it, you're probably going to want to get some more H&M kits. So, sorry about that, I guess, for getting a new addiction for you. Yeah. But hopefully, you'll enjoy it anyway. I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Very awesome kit. So That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much, everybody who did leave your questions. For those of you who are wanting more Gunpla back in the giveaways, I think next week will probably be another Gundam kit.
Yep.
So look for, not next week, 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
Just another reminder too, the contest results. I know you guys are waiting for that. I'll have the contest results for you Monday or Tuesday of next week, probably Monday. So thanks for waiting on that. Just also, if you guys missed it earlier, we're going to be phasing out the coupon codes. So like mine, like the ZakuAurelius 10 code, and other content creators and stuff that have like their own codes and stuff. So if you missed us talking about that, go back in the video earlier. We talked a lot about that.
Sign up for an account, earn points, so you can use those points to get bucks off of your guys' orders. But no, thank you guys so much for everything. I mean, without you guys, we wouldn't be here doing what we love to do.
We need a name like Apex Bucks.
Apex Bucks.
Something.
I think they're USG points or something.
Yes. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys, like I said, if you heard us talking about it earlier, it's a shame to have to do that, but hopefully you guys can understand where we're coming from. But we're still wanting to, provide as much kits as we can to you guys. Good prices, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Yeah, fight scalpers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Till next time. Have a great weekend.
See ya. Other hand.